We are excited again. So we're going to be bringing forth another guest today. So I'm just excited to see that we have a special guest in house and that we are going to be able to hear from her. And I think it's going to be a phenomenal opportunity for all of you all. She just became a part of our work, and she brings a lot of talent to the organization, and we are just so elated to have her. So we're going to introduce her in just a minute, so you guys just get excited about it. And of course, we are here today. I'm Jay McElroy, and I am responsible for conducting the small business pitches today. We do these every Tuesday at 1 o'clock. If you would like to have your business pitch, please let us know. We do have contracts officers, programs, small business, and other folks that might be watching just to even become a small business partner with those that pitch their company. Now, we are here on our Zoom. We are streaming, so most of you will see us on our Facebook page as well as LinkedIn and YouTube. And then, of course, you can always check us out at procurementcorner.com. This is where everyone seems to go most of the time. And please feel free to ask her any questions that you might have. The chat box is there for you to type those questions in, and we would greatly appreciate it. So she would be able to have feedback and understand exactly what you're thinking. And she'd be able to clarify any questions that you might have based on the presentation that she does today. All right, so we're down to our agenda, and then I'm going to be turning it over to Jolynn. She is with Advantech Consulting, and she's going to give you all the information on her company. She will have 3 to 5 minutes to pitch to you. And as she goes through, please feel free to go ahead and put comments up in the chat area, and then we'll take your questions at the end unless something comes up that's urgent. All right, so Jolynn, I'm going to stop sharing, and then you can share and start your presentation.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. All righty.
Yeah, we can see you.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you very much, Jay. As Jay said, my name is Jolynn Pelkey, and I am the president and CEO of Advantech Consulting. The purpose of this meeting today is for me to introduce you to myself and to go over my story and tell you a little bit more about how we came to be. So let's dive in. As I just mentioned, I'm president and CEO of Advantech Consulting. I have 20 years of entrepreneurship experience. Prior to forming Advantech, I was an IT executive at a similar consulting startup. And I was an executive there, and I became the de facto president when the acting president became ill. And I stepped in and ran all the day-to-day functions of the business. I managed the recruiters, and there were about 9 of them. I handled business development, account management, kept the lights on, and so forth. When he came back, I decided that I wanted to start my own company. So I formed Advantech Consulting in January of 2020. And as you know, that was just a few months before the pandemic hit. So not the ideal time to start a business, but I'm happy to say that we survived. And there's a reason why I mention that, because it's a testament to how lean we run. And I'll go into why that's important a little bit later in the presentation. But we stayed alive through IT staffing in government and commercial markets and doing both cleared and uncleared resources. I'm also very happy to announce that in January of this year, we were awarded our WOSB by the SBA, and that has kind of put us on a different trajectory. We are now focusing on partnerships, long-term partnerships in both the prime and subcontracting worlds. And we're also expanding our set of certifications for the next stage of growth. So here's some information on our core competencies. We have 5, of course, cloud services, cybersecurity, big data solutions, IT enterprise infrastructure, and professional services. And to dive a little bit deeper, here's some information on our areas of expertise within those core competencies. So I'll leave this slide up for a couple minutes or a couple seconds, just to give you a chance to take a look at them in case any of these areas resonate with you, or if you have any questions about any of them, I'll let you take a look at that. And then to dive a little deeper,
Jolene, I'm going to have to cut you off for just a second.
Sure.
I think we have a little bit of a technical difficulty on the chat right now. So what I would like for you all to do is just send your information to info@procurementcorner.com. And that would be info@procurementcorner.com. And I'll take those questions there. And then I'll read those out to her, because I see now that there is an issue with the chat. So that's info@procurementcorner.com. Thank you so much, Jolene.
Sure, no problem. And these are some roles that we have resources that we've actually staffed under our professional services capabilities. So again, I'll leave this up for just a few seconds longer so you can take a look at these roles. And these don't encompass everything that we've staffed, but we wanted to give you a good idea of our capabilities under professional services. Okay, moving on to our past performance. I have CDC at the top because that has been our biggest project to date. We've probably placed about 50 bodies on site so far. We were a sub to the prime in that situation, and all of those people were uncleared. For the FBI, we were a sub to a sub. Peraton was the prime. And everyone that we placed there had clearances of different levels. Same with the IRS. And then for Department of Justice, we were a sub to the prime. For Acoma, we went direct and we have placed 4 cleared and uncleared resources there. And Deltek is one of our commercial efforts. And I'm very happy to say that we had a contractor on site there who just rolled off and became an FTE. So what differentiates us? One of our differentiators is we offer KPIs for any of the roles that we're working on. And the reason we do that is we provide data and analytics on these roles. And the reason why is because for every day that a position on a contract goes unstaffed is the day that you're losing money. So we have a huge sense of urgency to get every role filled as quickly as we possibly can. And we also want to provide data to you as to where we stand within the process of staffing that. We can also eliminate process gaps by cutting operational costs. And I like to say that we have a pretty good knack for hitting the nail on the head when it comes to finding these people cleared and uncleared. And as you know, cleared is not that easy these days, finding cleared resources. So we have a pretty good track record. And the way that we do that is by having an intake call with you once we get a job description. And we like to not only drill down into exactly what you're looking for, but also what the end customer is looking for. And in doing so, we're able to eliminate any issues that there might be. What we have found in this process is that so many times there's a disconnect between what the job description says and what the end customer wants. So we're able to eliminate that and not waste anybody's time and get right down to exactly what the needs are and staff them as quickly as we possibly can. Another differentiator for us is we provide access to WOSB opportunities. And GSA recently announced that they're ramping up efforts to reduce opportunities barriers facing WOSBs. And their goal is to grant 5% of prime contracts and 5% of subcontracts to companies with female owners. So this is a really exciting time to be a WOSB. Finally, why partner with us? The most attractive reason why is because of flexibility. And what I mean by that is right now, we can typically outprice our competition because we run very, very lean. We are at the ground level, we're startup. So at this point in time and where our company is, we run super lean, which is very attractive when bidding on contracts. We're nimble, we can pivot quickly and adjust to client needs and partner requirements and changes in the market. Just as quickly as needed. We're very fluid. We're leaders across the organization, and we can address multiple needs for multiple requirements simultaneously. And we're agnostic. So we have a broad industry reach, and we're not tied to one specific technology. And again, these will change as we grow, but for right now, we're very lean, we're very small, and that makes it easy to partner with us. So it's a really good time for us to connect. And that's it. So thank you very much for your time, and I look forward to any questions that any of you might have.
Let me get off of mute here. So I'll turn my camera back on, and I'll have to zip over to my email because I hope to see something come through here shortly. Hopefully I'll see something come through here shortly.
I'll keep sharing my screen in case I need to go back to any of the slides, unless you want me to stop sharing.
No, you don't have to stop sharing. The information has gone over to info@Procurement Corner. And so what I'm doing is I was just waiting for that to come over because we have someone who maintains that, maintains that email. Oh, here it is right here. Okay. So, you got quite a few questions. Okay, so the first question that I see here is, can you provide more information on business processes on your past performance?
I'll put that slide up. I'm not sure what you mean by business processes on past performance, what exactly they're referring to.
Was there a slide that had business processing on it? It was one of the first ones that came in, so it might be further to the front of your presentation.
I mean, this is my past performance. There's really...
No, go up before that maybe. Because it has business processes. Do you see anything that says business processes on there? Now maybe we can come back to that question. Oh, yeah. There it is right there on that slide.
On the capabilities slide?
I just saw business processing on, I don't know if you clicked it or what you did, but I just saw business.
Yeah, this is the slide that I'm not sure.
Can you go up one more?
Yeah, core competencies.
I don't know. We'll have to look back through it. I thought I just saw something that said business processes, but we'll come back to it.
Yeah.
The next question that I have here is, do you have a clearance?
We do not.
Okay. The next one is, where are you located?
We are located in Northern Virginia.
Okay. Can you elaborate on IRS past performance and when did the contract start?
IRS, we went direct to the prime. I don't know exactly when the contract started. I can certainly find that information out and let you know, but yeah, I don't have that exact information right now because we are sub to the prime. So
okay, so what I will say is, when you get that information, well, I'll check on with Walter over on info@procurementcorner.com.
Okay.
We can respond back there.
Okay.
Okay. What states can you support?
We support nationally.
You do any international? We have to always ask that question.
We've done all over the country.
Okay. And then how quickly can you find cleared candidates?
It depends on the position. I mean, as you know, cleared candidates are, it's a tough search, but we recently filled a position for Peraton. As I mentioned earlier, we're a sub to a sub there. It was a cleared individual, and we found her in about 4 days. She's a pretty tough find. So it really depends on the person, or excuse me, the position that we're trying to fill. And it can vary. It's difficult to say how long it takes to find.
Okay, so Jolynn, that was the last question that I had on this one. There could be potentially more that come in.
Okay.
So I'll just make sure, from the info, we'll send it over to you, and then you can respond, and we'll also get back with you on the first question that came through.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That would be great.
All righty. Well, that's a wrap for today.
Well,
And
thank you very much. I really enjoyed that. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
it's really, really a cool experience.
Yeah.
So that the feedback is what's most key. That's what's most key.
And I'm happy to email my presentation to you if anybody wants to see a copy of it.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah. So
All right. So for anyone who wants to reach out to me, if you have additional questions outside of what you've already sent over to info@procurementcorner.com, please feel free to do so. Once again, I'm Jay McElroy. The phone number is 240-462-8890. And you can reach me at j@hubzonecoalition.com. And that's Jay McElroy, 240-462-8890. And I can be reached at j@hubzonecoalition.com. And so we do want to say thank you for joining us. We do try to keep our sessions brief because it is very important for you to get back to work as well. So we're just grateful that you all had the opportunity to be with us today. And Jolynn, we are so grateful that you were able to present. I'm sure you'll be asked to come back again.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Okay, so Jolynn, if you don't mind, just hang on and I will end the broadcast itself, and
Sure.
then we can further have a discussion with us.